Hey guys, what's up? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna, and if you're new here, then welcome. And if you're an oldie, welcome back. So guys, in today's video, I created these two looks right here using the new Wet n Wild Lights Off eyeshadow palette. So yeah, guys, I absolutely love this palette, and I also love the Nude Awakening one. I did do a tutorial on that one as well. I will leave it listed below in case you guys want to watch it. But yeah, if you guys want to see how I created this look with the new Wet n Wild Lights Off palette, then go ahead and keep on watching. So I'm just going to prime my lids. I'm just going to use my CoverGirl Undercover Concealer. Any concealer or eyeshadow primer will work. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend this in and then set my lids, and I'll be right back. And you guys, we are getting another huge snowstorm right now. Like, I am really shocked because like 4 weeks ago, you guys, we got like over 3 feet of freaking snow, and it was absolutely crazy. So I definitely don't want that much snow. I do love snow, but I don't love that much snow. Let's go ahead and with the palette. I'm first going to grab this grayer taupey shade, and I'm going to take this bigger blending brush. This is the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm just going to start blending this right through my crease. I hope this shade isn't too ashy because at first glance it does look a bit ashy. But this palette already seems pretty pigmented. This gray shade is packing on really well. So now I'm just going to take some time just blending this. Just making sure the edges are nice and soft. I'm also going to pack that shade right along the outer V as well. But color seems to be blending out very nicely. So I'm really excited to use the shimmers in this palette, you guys. Like, really stoked. So I'm first going to grab this one right here. So I know when I did use the Nude Awakening palette, I did get a lot of fallout. So I'm just going to pack this right on the inner part of the lid, because we are going to go in the center with a different shade. So I would just advise you that when you're applying it, kind of hold your brush and push and pack. It's going to kind of prevent some fallout. This is a beautiful shimmer shade. It almost looks like a glitter shade, but it is absolutely stunning. It's like silver, but it does have a hint of like a brown undertone. And then the next shimmer I'm going to pick up is going to be like this bluish tone right here. Oh, and for both of those shades, I'm using the Morphe M124 brush. It is a flat brush. I'm going to take this bluish shade and I'm going to start packing this right on kind of the center, but I am going to drag it all the way to the outer V. Once again, that's another beautiful shade. It is really faint, so it doesn't have like the glitter and the sparkle in it, but it is still a really pretty shade. I am having to dip my brush and build up a lot more than I did with the first shimmer shade. So as the fallout comes, I always take my setting brush and just lightly dust that away. Also, if you get your brushes wet before you apply the shimmer to your eyelid, that will also prevent some fallout. But honestly, you guys, I think we are done with that eye. So we're going to go ahead and move on with the other side. Once again, I'm just going to take my concealer, prime the lids. I'm going to set as well. All right, guys, so now we're going to go for a more sultry look. So I am first going to go back in with that grayer taupey shade. But this time, instead of building the color up to be a little bit deeper, I'm actually going to keep it really soft, because this is just going to be our transitional shade. So I'm just going to keep this right into the crease, but also a little above, but keeping it very soft. So I'm next going to go in with this green shade right here. For that, I'm going to use this JH33 brush. So I'm just going to start packing this right along my outer V. Very pigmented shade. Very surprised at how buttery and pigmented these shades are, because I do have a few of the older Wet n Wild palettes, and they were a little bit harder to work with, a little bit harder to build them up. So I'm really impressed by these ones. So even though I'm doing a soft and sultry look, I still want to keep this very simple, because I feel like with drugstore eyeshadow palettes, everybody can afford them. Well, most people. So I feel like even if they're not people that do makeup all the time, I feel like simple looks would be better, because like I said, again, a lot of people can afford them. I am going to go back in with that grayer taupey shade and just kind of mesh the green with it just to make sure it's nice and blended. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add some shimmer and then see where that leaves us. So I'm first going to grab this shimmer right here. So it has kind of like a gold undertone where this one has like a more silver brown. And I'm going to pack this on the inner portion of the crease, just like on the other side. Okay, now this shade is not picking up at all. Definitely not as good as the other side. Now this shade almost kind of seems like a topper where it probably would look really nice over like a matte color. Okay, so this definitely has a green undertone, whereas this side had more of a silvery brown undertone. But as I'm digging into the pan, I don't know if you guys can see, but the more I dig into the pan, the more green it actually looks. So it's kind of got like a really cool reflect to it. We still have a dark brown matte. We have a dark brown shimmer. So I feel like we definitely could have did more looks. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick up this shade right here. So it's kind of like a dark shimmery green. But I'm just going to pick up just a little bit. And I am lightly just going to pack that right on the center of the lid. I'm going to go back into the matte green shade and just darken up the outer V just a little bit. All right, guys, so I'm actually really, really loving both looks. And like I said, again, I could probably even create like one or two more. That just shows you how versatile. And I absolutely love the pigment. I feel like it's a really, really nice palette. So guys, I'm going to get off camera and do my false lashes and stuff. And then we will come back and we'll do the bottom waterline. Okay, guys, so false lashes and lips are on. I did struggle with my lashes today. It took me like 30 minutes, you guys. You wouldn't know that because I skip over that part and I stopped the video at that part. So I'm going to take this Morphe M508 brush. It is like a smudging brush, but it's very thin. And I'm going to go in with the deeper brown shade. And I'm just going to run this along the lower lash line, but keeping it really, really close to the lash line. Go back into that gray or taupey shade. I'm going to take this Morphe M506 brush. It's a small blending brush. And I'm just going to start smoking out that deep brown shade. And then for the other side, I'm going to take, again, the dark green, and then I'm going to blend it out with the taupey shade. So I'll first do the dark green. And once again, I'm going to keep that really close to the lash line. And then once again, going back in with that grayer shade. I'm just going to use that to smoke out the dark green. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and add some bottom lash mascara, and then I'll be right back. All right, guys, for the inner corner, I'm going to take this shade right here for both sides. So I'm first going to try it on the darker eye, just to make sure it's going to be light enough for this side. Okay, that's a very, very brightening shade. And it definitely works really well for the darker green side. I mean, it definitely works for the other side as well. I'm also going to put a little bit under my eyebrow. All right, guys, here is the finished look. I will give you a close-up, and then we're going to talk about how Wet n Wild killed it with this eyeshadow palette. All right, guys, so this palette for me is 100% 10 out of 10 stars. It performed so well, and I absolutely love every single shade in here that I used. Now, I do definitely want to play around with the blacks just to see how pigmented it is, because sometimes black are a hit and a miss. Sometimes they're really good and pigmented, and then sometimes they're really, really dry and just super patchy. But I love this, you guys. If you don't have this palette, you guys need it in your life. It's $6 on Ulta, but I think Walmart has them for $5. My Walmart hasn't gotten them yet. I don't know why. They're must be so behind or something. But I know some Walmarts have gotten these already, but mine particularly hasn't. If you guys are going to get these, I would definitely say check your local Walmart, because if you order on Ulta, you have to pay $35 worth of stuff just to get free shipping. So I would advise you to check your Walmart first, or even look at Walmart online, because they are actually $1 cheaper at Walmart than they are at Ulta. Yeah, guys, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. If you guys want to see more looks with this palette or with the Nude Awakening one, let me know down in the comments below. And I just want to say thank you guys for all of your support. It literally means the world to me. And you guys also let me know which eye you like better, if you like the more grayer side or if you like the green side. I can't decide on which one I like because I love them both. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off here now. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video.